Why did thousands of Indians leave their homes for the distant shores of Fiji? And what mysterious fate awaited them? A dramatic shift began with the arrival of Indian indentured laborers in Fiji. How did they transform Fiji's cultural landscape? What secrets of resilience and integration did they unlock in this diverse island nation? Let's find out the compelling saga of the Indo-FIJIANS, a story of mystery, survival, and profound influence in a land of wonder. In 1879, Fiji witnessed the arrival of its first Indian indentured laborers, marking the beginning of a significant demographic shift. Over the next 37 years, over 61,000 Indians, predominantly from rural areas, were brought to work in the sugarcane plantations under challenging conditions. Their decision to settle in Fiji post-indenture contributed profoundly to the cultural and social fabric of the nation. Today, Indo-Fijians, descendants of these laborers, are an integral part of Fiji's diverse community. Their story of resilience and cultural integration is an essential chapter in Fiji's history. Fiji, located about 1,100 nautical miles northeast of New Zealand, is a stunning archipelago comprising 333 islands, with around 110 inhabited. The island nation boasts a diverse and enchanting landscape, featuring lush tropical forests, pristine beaches, vibrant coral reefs, and volcanic terrain. These natural attractions make Fiji a sought-after tourist destination, significantly contributing to its economy. In 2017, Fiji welcomed approximately 842,884 tourists, underscoring the importance of tourism to its economic well-being. The country's economy is also supported by agriculture and fisheries. Sugarcane cultivation is a major agricultural activity, with Indian farmers playing a significant role in this sector. Other important agricultural products include coconuts, cassava, ginger, bananas, rice, and pineapples. Fishing is another crucial economic activity, providing local sustenance and export revenue. Fiji experiences a predominantly tropical climate, categorized as tropical rainforest and tropical monsoon. However, the nation faces challenges from climate change, including rising sea levels and extreme weather, which threatens its natural beauty and economic stability. Committed to environmental preservation, Fiji aims to achieve net zero emissions by 2050, aligning with the Paris Climate Agreement and national policies to combat the impacts of climate change. The British, recognizing the need for labor to support Fiji's burgeoning sugarcane industry, turned to India as a source of labor. The recruitment of Indian laborers was conducted by agents, who targeted economically challenged regions in India. These agents promised better wages and a prosperous life in Fiji, attracting many hopeful individuals. On May 15, 1879, the first group of Indian laborers embarked on their journey aboard the ship Leonidas to Fiji. This marked the beginning of a significant migration, with approximately 60,000 Indians eventually traveling to Fiji under indentured labor contracts. These contracts, often lasting 5 years, were signed with the British government. The voyage to Fiji was a grueling experience. The laborers who consented to these contracts faced challenging conditions during their journey, which could take several months. Despite promises of a better life, the reality was starkly different upon arrival in Fiji. The laborers found themselves working in harsh conditions, akin to disguised slavery, a far cry from the idyllic life they were promised. The first Indian laborers in Fiji indeed faced dire conditions. They were subjected to extremely harsh and demanding work environments. The wages they received were meager and insufficient to cover basic living expenses like food. Moreover, they had little personal freedom and worked long hours, often up to 15 hours a day, in extreme temperatures without adequate breaks. Their living conditions were equally challenging, with only small huts for rest and recovery. The initial indenture contracts, typically 5 years, were often extended to 10 years. The continuous influx of new laborers from India and the existing laborers' inability to communicate with their homeland perpetuated this system. This lack of contact meant that those in India were unaware of the actual conditions in Fiji. The system of indentured labor was finally abolished in 1916, a change influenced in part by Mahatma Gandhi's intervention. This abolition allowed Indians in Fiji the freedom to return to their families and make choices about their lives, free from the oppressive conditions of indentured labor. The decision of many Indians to remain in Fiji despite the end of the indenture system was influenced by a complex set of factors. One of the primary reasons was economic. The low wages earned during their indenture period meant that many could not afford the passage back to India. Furthermore, their experiences, however harsh, had fundamentally altered their lives, making a return to their previous lives in India challenging. As the indenture system ended, Indians in Fiji began to explore other employment opportunities. These jobs often offered better pay and more freedom compared to the restrictive indenture contracts. This shift allowed the Indian community in Fiji to grow and diversify. The influx of new migrants from India wasn't limited to laborers from plantations. It included traders, doctors, businessmen, merchants, and students. This diversification of the Indo-Fijian community contributed significantly to Fiji's economic and social fabric. In many instances, entire families from India relocated to Fiji to reunite with family members who had initially migrated under the indenture system. Over time, the contributions of the Indo-Fijian community to Fiji's society and economy led to their acceptance as local citizens with equal rights. The cultural adjustment for Indians arriving in Fiji was indeed substantial. The initial culture shock for many was the language barrier. India's linguistic diversity, with its multitude of regional languages, contrasted starkly with Fiji, where English was the primary language. For many Indian people moving to a new country, understanding English was tough because they only knew a little of it. In addition to language, there were other aspects of cultural shock. The Indians brought a rich cultural heritage, including various religious practices and traditions. In Fiji, the Indian community is religiously diverse, with the majority being Hindu, 76.7%, followed by Muslim, 15.9%, Christian, 6.1%, and Sikh, 0.9%. Each religion and sect brought unique practices and celebrations, like Diwali and Holi, which were distinct from Fijian traditions. Moreover, the Indo-Fijians developed a distinct identity over time. Many families experienced two migrations, first from India to Fiji during colonial times, and later a secondary migration to countries like Australia, New Zealand, the United States, and Canada. These migrations shaped their identity, distancing them culturally and socially from subcontinental Indians and fostering a Pacific identity more aligned with their lived experiences in Fiji. The political and economic landscape in post-colonial Fiji also influenced the Indo-Fijian community. Since Fiji's independence in 1970, race relations have dominated its politics. There have been periods when Indo-Fijian-dominated governments were removed in coups, and since 2000, Indo-Fijians have largely been excluded from political power. This situation, combined with economic factors, has led many Indo-Fijians migrating to more developed countries in the Pacific region. The Indo-Fijians, facing language barriers, took proactive steps to maintain their linguistic heritage while adapting to life in Fiji. They established Indian schools to ensure the younger generation received education in English. They also learned about their cultural heritage, traditional stories, beliefs, and mother tongues. This dual focus on integrating and preserving their culture played a key role in their community's resilience and adaptation in Fiji. The strong religious diversity within the Indo-Fijian community also led to distinct cultural expressions. Each religious group, whether Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, or Christian, brought its unique practices and symbols to Fiji. Sikhs were recognizable by their turbans, a significant part of their religious identity. Hindus often had holy statues and practiced rituals that were visibly a part of their daily life. Muslims were identified by their prayer schedules and modest dress, adhering to the practices of their faith. This religious diversity was not just a private affair, but influenced the public and communal life of Indo-Fijians, contributing to the rich cultural tapestry of Fiji. Since they arrived in Fiji as indentured laborers in the late 19th century, the Indo-Fijian community has profoundly influenced Fiji's economy and society. Initially brought for sugarcane plantations, their efforts were pivotal in establishing the sugar industry as a key sector of Fiji's economy, with significant contributions to the nation's GDP. As the community grew, their economic roles expanded beyond agriculture into commerce, small businesses, and professional fields, showcasing their resilience and adaptability. However, the community has faced political and social challenges, leading to a notable demographic shift due to emigration. Despite these obstacles, the Indo-Fijian community has enriched Fiji's cultural landscape, notably through religious festivals like Diwali and a unique fusion of Indian and Fijian cuisines. Their journey from laborers to integral societal contributors demonstrates their enduring impact on Fiji. As the indenture system in Fiji ended, the Indo-Fijian community began asserting itself politically, transitioning from advocating for civil rights to organized political activity. A pivotal moment was in 1929 when Manilal Doctor founded Kisan Sangh, a political organization representing Indo-Fijian farmers' interests. This move laid the groundwork for future political engagement. In 1968, the National Federation Party, NFP, emerged, formed from a merger of the Federation Party and the National Democratic Party. The NFP, under leaders like J. Ram Reddy and Harish Sharma, aimed to address Indo-Fijian concerns and fostered a multi-ethnic approach to politics. Despite challenges in gaining significant indigenous Fijian support, the NFP played a crucial role in Fiji's independence negotiations and aimed to unify various ethnic groups under shared values and goals. And this period marked the Indo-Fijian community's transition from laborers to active political participants, significantly shaping Fiji's socio-political landscape. The Indo-Fijian community has evolved significantly over the years, both in Fiji and through a substantial diaspora. In Fiji, they represent about 34% of the population as of 2023, according to Fiji's Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister Biman Prasad. They continue to be a crucial part of the nation's fabric, particularly in urban centers like Suva and Lautoka, with their contributions spanning various sectors, including business, education, healthcare, and politics. However, the community has also experienced significant migration, particularly to Pacific Rim countries like Australia, New Zealand, the United States, and Canada. Various factors, including the search for greater security and better economic opportunities, have driven this migration. Despite this, many Indo-Fijians maintain strong emotional and cultural ties to Fiji. Culturally, they have retained and celebrated their heritage, with Diwali being a significant festival and a fusion of Indian and Fijian cuisines being a notable aspect of their cultural identity. In Fiji, many Indo-Fijians reside in urban centers like Suva and Lautoka, actively participating in business, education, healthcare, and politics. They have become an integral part of Fiji's rich cultural tapestry, contributing to its diversity through their unique cultural practices, such as celebrating Diwali and a cuisine that fuses Indian and Fijian flavors. Many Indo-Fijians have also resettled in countries like Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and the United States. The search for better economic opportunities and political stability drove this secondary migration. The Indo-Fijian diaspora has maintained strong cultural ties to Fiji, forming community organizations and cultural associations in these countries. They continue contributing to their adopted country's cultural, economic, and social life while supporting their homeland through remittances and philanthropic activities. These remittances have played a vital role in Fiji's economy, aiding household incomes and improving access to education and healthcare. Despite the challenges, including political upheavals and economic difficulties, the Indo-Fijian community's resilience and adaptability have been remarkable. Their journey from their arrival as indentured laborers to becoming successful and contributing members of Fijian society is a testament to their enduring strength and communal spirit.